All right, we in it? Let's go. Well, guys, it's been a minute, but we're back. And we're back with season 2, episode 1 of the Guild podcast. I hope you've all had a really good break. I'm glad that we can start the semester on the third week. I think it's third week of doing my first episode now. And I do have a guest with me today. He's going to make a special appearance. He's on the e-board. He's on WYUR. He is a media major. Please welcome Robbie Basel.
Thank you. I'm not gonna try to hit your hoodie off again. First of all, thank you for having me. One of the last second calls that I've gotten. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Always,
it's a little bit different than what I'm usually, because usually everyone sees me here on Thursdays, but today I'm here on a Friday. It's a good day. It's not as difficult to walk around campus today. It's not as icy. If you know from yesterday with the ice and the rain yesterday, it was not that easy.
Oh no, it was pretty bad.
It was
yesterday.
a challenge, you could say.
Bro, I almost slipped on the ice yesterday. I was walking to the gym and I was literally ice skating to the Heinz Athletic Center.
What time was that at?
It was around like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Bro.
Oh God. I had no classes in the morning. And then I just went right straight over to the gym, bro. And I'm like, oh shoot, I'm gonna be cooked. I'm gonna get bodied.
It was not good. I was walking around. I went to Starbucks. I had a late wake up yesterday, and I went to Starbucks at like 10:30. We're going to Starbucks. I can't take a full step. I'm gonna slip backwards. I'm like, dude, this is just terrible. It's like 10:30 in the morning. And one of the sidewalk outside Spelman, you just couldn't walk anywhere. It was such a weird feeling, but
Yeah.
and with the way how much snow we could possibly be getting next week, we could possibly be seeing more of that type of stuff in the future here, which is very interesting.
That's what I'm saying though, just because I think next week we're supposed to get a lot more snow and sleet throughout the weather, and I am praying that we don't have a school day. That would be really, really good. So I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen that time.
Yeah, I just don't want. I mean, it's supposed to snow from Tuesday night into Wednesday. I was kind of it doesn't hurt me that much because I'm supposed to have an exam on Wednesday, so it's like a quiz exam type of deal. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go to class because it's supposed to snow 4 inches. So I'm like, I don't know if they'll cancel school for that or not. Maybe in the morning, which would help me out because I have class in the morning, but.
See, when
I don't know.
when people were starting to get excited about, oh my God, there's no class until 1 o'clock. My schedule starts at 2.
Yeah,
on Thursdays and Tuesdays. God only knows, because I have Gab at 12. I have a meeting.
Oh my God.
And I didn't have a meeting like in person. It was on Zoom. And then I had my 2 o'clock class, which was with Giuseppe. Actually right over on the 3rd floor in that
all
room.
the way in the room in the corner, right? Jeez,
such a great professor.
He's awesome.
No, Giuseppe is awesome. Like, he expresses so much that he's Italian. He is really, really good at his job. He's a character for sure. He makes people laugh.
Oh yeah.
He gets people very intrigued and like also responsive in his class. Like, a lot of people participate, and I always do all the time. And I've noticed this a lot about my professors because I'm the one always raising my hand up like every other question. And my teachers, like, they know me so well. They're just like gonna ignore it, come back to me in a minute, or be like,
that's happens to me.
You've answered a lot. Like, give somebody else a chance. And I'm like, all right. Like, that actually happened in my math class yesterday. And I answered like 100% of the time. It was function analysis for business with Professor Barron. And he's a really good professor, and he just asks that you come to class like at 5 because we have like weekly mini quizzes.
Okay.
And they're only 5 questions. You get every single answer right. Like, you get 100 or 90, you're good. If you get anything below 100 or 90, that's like almost a lot of points taken off of your quizzes, because the mini quizzes are like the highest percentage of the entire grade. It's actually more percentage than the core signature assignment, because the core signature is 25%. You want to know how much the mini quiz percentage
Can I take a
is?
guess?
Yeah.
I would say 35,
Oh, way, way higher.
60.
A little bit higher.
Over 60% of your grade
Mhm.
is on the mini quizzes.
Yep.
What math are you taking?
It's function analysis for business math 132.
Let
It's
me ask you this,
required.
because you're an art. It's required.
I have to take a math course. I haven't taken one yet.
Oh,
Yeah. And this was the easiest option too.
Oh
Like
my
my
God.
advisor is just like, this is personally the easiest one. Like I know
Jeez.
you're not a math major, but I mean you got it.
Nah, that's what they said to me about. I had to take bio because I was in. For those who don't know, I started as an honor student here. So
You were an honor student?
for 2 years, yeah.
What happened?
With all my new stuff that was going on with the radio station and everything else, I didn't have the time or the patience to write the giant paper.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I just didn't have the patience. And I have other stuff that I have to focus on.
Yeah.
But right after that happened, they changed the curriculum for honors. I spoke to a professor about it today. They're like, yeah, instead of 4 seminars, you do like 3 seminars. And then the first
Mhm.
semester, they don't just throw you into the fire, which for someone like me, that would have been so much better.
Yeah.
Because like you get thrown into a class with a professor who's expecting all of this stuff. And back in high school, I never had a class like that before. So it's
Yeah.
like a little bit different, but I mean, everything's changed. But I had honors for 2 years, and you had to take a bio class. So
Mhm.
I took bio 10 some, I forgot, with Professor Andrew. And for me, I'm not a big bio person, like trying to learn all that stuff. Yeah, no, that was like an old requirement. That's the lowest grade I've had here. Is
Mhm.
I almost failed bio if not for extra credits in the final.
If you don't mind me asking in
Yeah.
front of like the live people right now, like
Yes.
what was your grade at the end of that class?
Ooh. So I usually don't discuss. I will discuss it with you guys. I had a C plus.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not
It
that
was
bad.
it was every other grade I've had though is a B minus or better. Like last semester, I had a 3.9 for example, a 3.8 or 3.9 last
Hmm.
semester. Granted, I only took 4 classes and then I had in my internship, so it was like a little bit different, but I got Dean's List for the second time, so
Congratulations.
thank you.
I've gotten mostly A's and B's throughout the semester, but my lowest grade, unfortunately, was actually kind of last semester. It was Intro to Moral Philosophy.
Oh, well, intro to moral philosophy.
Mhm.
Who'd you have that with?
Professor Allison Schoen
Interesting. What'd you,
doing.
if you don't mind me asking, what did you have in that? You don't have to
I-
answer for the fans on the other side.
It's okay. I got around a C minus D.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, my professor was not very good, so
Yeah. Wasn't the best grade in the world, but there are moments as college students where we realize that we know we're in for a struggle.
Mhm.
We just gotta fight our way through it and toughen it out. I have a class like that right now where it's like very. I'm not gonna call out any of my professors for this, but it's like it's very like you have to follow the guidelines, and if you mess up one guideline, you ruin your whole paper.
I only
That's just how it is. But it's a writing class. So it's like it makes more sense for that. But I love the class though. Still, at the end of the day, it's just it's a lot of rules. And
Yeah.
I don't like rules, so I'll mess around. Like I mean, it depends what it is. Like for writing, it's just one of those moments where you have to write an article for something. You just write the dang article, and then you're done with it. But not like you have to follow AP style, and you have to follow this and that, which is great because it teaches me to be a better writer. But like sometimes you're like, can we just get rid of this rule so I can just write the dang article? It's just the way it is.
The only reason why I mentioned that one class is because my professor's not going to see this.
Mine might, but who knows? I'm not calling out anyone. I love the class still. I'm learning so much about writing. I'm not the best writer in the world. Just like wish there was a couple less rules at the end of the day because some of them are very frustrating.
Yeah. Is it like one of those classes where like attendance is very mandatory? You guys can't use your
Yeah.
phones. That's.
But I think for like the no phones thing, for a class that has so many rules and guidelines you have to know, I think it's very beneficial.
I think it's beneficial too because you need your phones a lot for backups and for looking up stuff on Google if your teacher asks you
Right.
to.
But we can have our laptops out and that's fine.
Mhm.
And we also have this book. This is called AP Style Book.
I know AP.
We have the
Mhm.
book out. So you have to use the book for like almost everything, like taking one of our quizzes or whatever. But I like the class a lot. I just, like I said, wish there was less rules. But no, this semester, like I had such an easy last semester, and now my schedule, I have comp sci, I have all these other classes. It is so much more frustrating.
Yeah,
But
I feel you for sure on that.
yeah, it feels like I'm back in honors again. Like, because honors, there were moments, right, where you just get thrown into the fire and you have to do your MOPs and all that stuff, where you have to do these presentations in front of the class. Depending on the subject, I can be the greatest speaker of all time or the worst.
Mhm.
So as a freshman, getting thrown into the fire with an MOP on a text I didn't really read. For those who don't know what the MOP is, it's just a 15-minute presentation on the book you
Oh
did.
my god.
And it's solo, so you have to like figure it out. I had what we call the yips, and I completely screwed up, but I still got a B minus on the MLP. So
That's not bad.
and since I nailed the writing assignments, I got like a B minus in the class.
That's
So
actually not bad.
so it could have been worse, but like I wish I didn't get thrown into the fire like that. But it's just the way it is.
I get it for sure. I'm trying to make Dean's List this semester though.
People sometimes make it out to be something like it's extremely difficult, but if you really like put enough effort into it, that plus depending on how difficult your class schedule is, it's totally doable.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely doable.
Yeah. Right now, actually, other than like academics and stuff, trying to make like Dean's List and like honors list. I'm also trying to make like the trying to get inducted into like the NSLS program, which is the National Society program, because I got inducted into it recently and I want to get
Interesting.
accepted. I got accepted into it, but I want to get inducted into it this
Got it.
semester because McKenna also got inducted into it. And
Really?
we're going to try to get not inducted, accepted into it, but we're going to try to get inducted into it by
Yeah.
the end of freshman year.
Ah, got you.
She's a freshman. I'm a sophomore.
Got
Yeah.
it. So it's a little bit different with that, but nah, I'm in I actually got accepted. Shout out to the media professors. I got accepted into the MSc Honor Society, so I'm like,
That's really
so
cool.
I get like those the ropes at graduation. For those just for the simple interpretation, I'm part of the Cool Kids Club in MSc now, but you know, possible leadership role here next year, MSc Honor Society. I actually do more things than just sit around and commentate here and there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, I love the leadership stuff that Iona has to offer because I think Iona, out of any other school, has some of the best keyboard and leadership stuff that I've actually seen in any college. And I'm sure other colleges have that great programs too, but there's something about Iona that just feels so spirity that you just really know how to put yourself in.
Absolutely. I mean, there's moments where you'll be like, how would this feel at another school? Like I mean, I don't know how many schools you applied to, but I applied to like 8 or 9. And
I applied to 11.
You applied to 11. So that's a good number as well. And right when I stepped on campus as a possible student, I'm like, oh my God, this is like, you feel like I felt like at home right away. Like I like this smaller campus feel, and I liked what the school had to offer. I'm like, I remember when I was meeting with one of the professors for the first time, I'm like, I could possibly build this into something great, something that could outlive my time here. Like with the help of everyone else, sign me up.
Do you want to? Oh, sorry.
Like starting from the bottom and getting it to where it could be.
Bottom, now we're here.
There you go.
Started from the bottom.
No, there's because like
so
one of the schools I could have applied to is like the number 3 radio station in the country.
Sure.
But you wouldn't get onto it right away. But here I got into it day 1. I had a show. Shout out to the Into the Stands crew. I did 50 episodes with them.
50 episodes?
2 years of it. I did 2 years. We did our draft stream, which hopefully we'll bring back for WIUR again, hosted by your boy. And but like I got into it off the jump, and I had a great role off the jump. I worked with ESPN after my first semester. Like it's been incredible, and one day I will owe a lot of my success back to here because it's been incredible. My first 2.5. I'm about to be a senior, bro.
I know,
That's
bro.
unreal.
I know, bro. I actually remember meeting you over at like one of the games and you were
Yes.
working it and
Yeah.
it was like for your internship. And I didn't want to like bother
Right.
you or like do anything because you, Anthony Tortorello, or Elizabeth
Oh
Riccio, or
God.
Ryan
That
Murphy,
was what,
or Will.
last year?
Yeah,
So that's
Anthony.
when this was before my internship. I thought you were talking about this year, but yeah, and that's when I just started my second year.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
And
bro.
so many of you guys, like I would like even though y'all would do your internships, I remember Anthony Tortorello would like do his like media stuff, record, and then he would like go to
Just
the side and then start taking like model pictures of me, like right by the
oh, really?
baseball in Murphy Fields. Like he was like
Really?
trying to like be like Gail with the camera 2.0.
Oh my God. I love Gale with the camera though. Like I remember last year when that's how I got introduced to who Gale with the camera. I've never met him still. And I feel kind of bad about that. You know who he is, right?
Oh well, he's my sweet mate right
Yeah,
now.
that's how I knew who he was. But I'm
Yes.
like, I saw all the old stuff. I followed him from like the jump
Mhm.
essentially because
Yeah.
someone showed me a photo. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's awesome.
So funny story about Gail with the camera.
Let's hear
So
it.
me and Kevin Hayes is his
Yeah.
name, and he's the one that runs the Gail with the camera account. I came into East Hall last year as a freshman when I was living on campus, and I remember meeting him. I met his roommate Andrew Pagan, who's my roommate now.
All
We all
right.
live together in Kanice,
Hey,
and
look,
then
by the way, just for reference, he lives right next to me.
yeah,
Like
I literally live
dorm wise.
two doors across from him on the same corner.
Yeah.
Yes, on the third floor
Shout
of
out
Kanice.
Kenny's third floor.
And shout out RA Jaden. He's a good RA.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
All right, run us through this story.
So I met Kevin Hayes back at orientation, but he wasn't like doing any camera stuff. He told me that he wanted to do like something in criminal justice, pre-law, philosophy. And I'm like, wow, dude, you're smart. You have also good morals too. And then like after that, we kind of clicked from there. I remember when I was at orientation, me and him were playing this Disney trivia that was being hosted by the orientation leaders, and then we um kept messing up, like getting somewhat of the
Oh my
wrong
God.
answers, and he would be like, "That's the Lion King," when it was really Aladdin, and I'm just like, "I'm gonna kill you," and then
That's great.
and then when I came back for like East Hall here in freshman year, he told me that he was starting his own camera account. And when my parents were moving me in, he was
Yeah.
actually talking to both of my parents. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start this account called Gale with the Camera." He started his first post. I remember his first post was during the RA introductions and
Okay.
also like with the whole Killian's kickoff. And I just remember he was taking pictures of me, Nick, and a couple of other friends on campus, Andrew, um, Gracie, and whatnot. And then we just kind of clicked from there. And I would do my own things, but whenever Kevin would see me on the side, pictures all the way through. I was on cameras. I was on Gale with the Cameras page almost all the time. Like I was the thumbnail, bro.
You were the thumbnail for a little bit. I remember that.
And then after freshman year, Kevin took a break from Gale with the Camera to like
Yeah.
start focusing on his own stuff, and he was gonna start making Gale with the Camera a more of a professional thing.
Right.
And he did for a little bit, and then he kind of went back into like doing the whole like, oh yeah, let's post for Iona, let's post Tyler Gill, let's post what's going on in today's campus. But unfortunately, not Cameron, Gale with the Camera has officially ended as last semester.
Yeah.
Kevin still does photography, but only when he really needs to. He's doing it for his like career
Right.
now.
It sucks though that because I remember those daily posts. I'm like, it's gonna be a good day. I know someone wrote this comment, and I vaguely haven't. It was just right when the account started. It's a good day when Gale with the camera posts. Like
Yeah.
off the rip. And it's like the most random photos as well. Like that's I remember like that's it's gonna be a good day when when Gale with the camera posts.
Or when I'm on like the front
Oh
page,
yeah,
bro.
that too, obviously.
And then I remember Gale with the Camera posted me, and he was like, "Oh, we got to take commemoration really quickly. There's two important updates I'll get to later, but first, most important one, it is the most important Ionian holiday, Tyler Gill's birthday,
Shout out to Tyler Gill's birthday, by
the
the
number
way.
one best fan supporter of my account. I was a huge fan of Gale with the Camera.
Yeah. a lot of my friends like knew who it was, like followed the stuff. Like it's really good.
I literally lived right in front of Kevin for like 2 semesters, and then after that, we just clicked from there. I live with him now in Kenice, but we're thinking of doing different, like more separate like living styles because I think Kevin's
Yeah,
gonna try to live in an apartment off of campus next year or
got
North
you.
Hall.
It's
And,
so tough to get into North. I tried it last year. I was like, I just missed it. It was,
yeah.
but yeah, housing. Yeah, I mean, you got to experience it a little bit last year with like the lottery system.
Hmm.
It is so I believe it's unforgiving. I got a great number last year and still didn't get any luck.
Where did you live freshman year?
So freshman year, because I was in honors, you get thrown in the Loftus.
Loftus, sixth floor. Yep.
Seventh actually, 6 or 7. So I was on the 7th floor. That's actually how I met Elizabeth because she lived down the from the media department. She lived right down the hall from me.
Hmm.
So that's how we knew each other off the jump. I still talk to some of the guys from my dorm. I run into them. I mean, because 2 of them are athletes. One, they're on the golf team.
Hmm.
Shout out golf team, obviously. And then one of them, you know Shane from the desk? He was my roommate first
Hmm.
year. So it went fine. Had a very interesting freshman year personally, and then after that, I was in Kenice last year.
Hmm.
I was in Kenice, first floor Kenice. I lived in a single. I was a single living in a triple. But the
Hmm.
issue with it was there was so much furniture. There wasn't as much space. I felt like I was in the same amount of space as we would in what. Which dorm are you in? Like letter wise in your Kenice dorm?
I'm in room 32
No,
right
but
now.
like letter wise, because it's like A,
Oh,
B,
I'm
C.
in I'm in the shoe box. I'm in D.
Oh, you're in the D one. So
Yes.
I live currently for those. I live in A, B in mine, for example. The amount of space you have in like A, B, for example, is how much I could have had if I had the right amount of furniture. Should have been as a single living in a triple dorm,
Mhm.
but it was fine. I mean, it felt lonely at times, obviously, but
Yeah.
I had friends come over. I still live with some of the guys who are in that suite from from that sophomore year. They live actually right next to me.
Yeah.
But no, it was great, and hopefully, next year some of that senior luck can come my way and help me get in the North. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. How you feeling about the Super Bowl this year?
Oh God, I talked about it yesterday. Um, I think the easy way to word this is everyone's hoping for the meteor. Type M if you want the meteor to happen. Because to be honest, I don't know how much you know about the game this week. But no one likes either team.
No, I don't like either team
It's
either.
I mean, I want the Eagles to win personally.
Same.
But I think the Chiefs will be the team that comes out in the end. There's too much dark magic. It's like
Yeah.
there's one I'll speak about this because this happened on Monday.
Mhm.
Someone made a video on Instagram and TikTok. I'll show it to you. Um, it's about I think it's a Avatar reference where it's like each of the 4 divisions, all of the teams lived in harmony, but then one day the Kansas City Chiefs come out and just
Yeah.
yeah, you have to see this. Hold on. So yeah, Ty will see it. You vanished. Yeah, there you go.
Oh no. Saquon Barkley.
Lord Saquon, yeah.
Okay, but he's a tank though. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Whoever made that, shout out to you. Because that edit was so good. And I'm like, I put it in the group chat. The Fire Nation
The
were great
Fire
people.
Nation were great people. I saw
Shout out-
Luke Sykes.
shout out Luke, who's watching this stream. Shout out Luke. We love Luke, obviously.
I saw his text come up in the middle of the
The
video.
Fire Nation are great people. You could say that. But
Is he
unfortunately,
watching this right now?
he probably is.
Yeah.
He did write in the
Luke,
chat.
if you're watching this, text me or Robbie.
No, he definitely is. He definitely is. Is he still here? Shout out. Yep, Luke's still here. Luke is indeed still here. Eagles need to lose. Depends who you're at. So I talked to him. For those who don't know, I host the show Ball Knowers. We do one of the hosts of Ball Knowers. I don't host Ball Knowers, even though people claim that I do.
Mhm.
Which for those who write that, I'm the latest member. Like I wasn't in the original duo. Stop saying that. I do not host the show.
Yeah, I have to hate on the Eagles.
No, I think a lot of people are gonna pay it. I think you can agree with this. The two main reasons people are gonna pay attention to the game, if you're a fan of Taylor Swift, obviously, or if you're all locked and loaded for the Kendrick Lamar halftime show this week.
Yes.
What? Okay. What are your What are you anticipating for that halftime show?
I think he's gonna do "Not Like Us" by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, obviously.
But if he busts out the "Baby, why you pulling
Oh my
2 or 3 shots,"
I think he can pull out so much.
I'm trying to blur out the words because there's so much explicit content. I'm not trying to get canceled.
That's why I was like confused, like why they picked him because there's so much explicit stuff.
Dive in that pool full of, and when we dive in that pool of drink. if he does that song, I'm gonna go crazy.
I think it's a very weird one because like I remember when Kendrick got picked, everyone was like, "Hold up, wait a minute." How is it just gonna be Not Like Us? Because remember, Not Like Us won a couple Grammys a couple days about around a week ago.
Or
So
if he does, "Baby, we gon' be all right."
oh my god,
Baby,
that
we
will
gon' be
definitely. I
alright.
think that'll definitely happen. If you think about the songs that he could play, Not Like Us will obviously be there because he's gonna call out Drake. Obviously, if you pay attention to
I
it.
imagine the whole entire audience is gonna go like, "Wah, wah, 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 wah. I'm gonna do my stuff. Wah, 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 wah."
Well, let me just push this.
I'm a little worried about him doing that because I feel like then he's gonna get so much controversial like hate from like Drake fans that really did not like that he put that song out.
All right, predictions for the Kendrick Lamar concert. Okay, so the first song is
This better be DNA, I swear.
DNA is not here.
Oh.
TV Off is the predicted first song, which good song. I love that song. Underrated.
Yes.
The next predicted one is a 2017 song. So we go old school with Humble.
Humble. Okay, that's fine.
Predicted song number 3. We're going back a decade now from the Pimp a Butterfly album, which I forgot that was even an album.
Wow, those are good choices.
With King Kunta.
Okay.
I never understand how to say it. Then we got a song with SZA, or I think that's how you say it. SZA.
Yes.
I never get that right.
It's a
Call
really
me
good
out on
song
that.
too. That's,
with Luther.
It's All the Stars.
All
by
the
Kendrick
Stars is
Lamar and SZA.
afterwards. And then it's predicted to wrap up with Not Like Us.
Wow.
Do we like that chat? Do we like Not Like Us being last? Predicted. It's predicted last.
My opinion is that that's a very big randomized selection of songs he's doing because not all of those songs are very popular. Like the TV Office one is probably one of the most underrated Kendrick songs I've ever listened to.
So this one predicts. It opens with All the Stars.
All the Stars is a good choice.
I think All the Stars is gonna be second to last, which then leads into Not Like Us, because you got to do the best song with SZA, and then you go into it. But I think there's a variety of options that he can even do. It's gonna be really interesting.
But here's my take though. Kendrick Lamar has been a big hip hop artist since the 2000s, right? He didn't do any acting. He didn't do any other stuff beforehand. He just went right straight into the rapping career, and this is why I love Kendrick, and I like find him to be one of the best rappers right now, topping with Eminem personally, and Dr. Dre and Jay-Z.
Interesting.
But the thing is, though, it makes sense. But I also feel bad for the other artists too, because Kendrick Lamar, every single album that he drops always has a hit on it, and it will always be bigger than any other track that comes out from any other artist.
Yeah.
Because in the 2020s and 10s now, pop and hip hop and R&B are the 3 main genres that have become very, very mainstream into the public radio universe, bigger than alternative and indie. and so many other genres that everybody else loves as well. And that's
Yeah.
not to say that you're not going to find any bands like Foo Fighters or Blink 182 or Green Day playing at
Blink 182 is a good shout.
it's a,
Love Blink
I
182.
love Blink 182. Like you're not going to see them playing at the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that, but hip hop artists are more profound to be at the more bigger top spot
Yeah.
because of the Gen Alpha era that we're in today.
We've recently entered just a couple of
Yes.
weeks ago. How Let me ask you this before we pivot back to the Super Bowl, because there's one more question I have to ask afterwards. How weird does it feel um for someone who you be Gen Z then,
I
right?
am Gen Z. I'm
So
born
how
in
does it feel to be
2004.
to now that we have to win this we're not the youngest generation anymore. How do you feel about that?
It feels so different. I feel like
There you
we're in
go.
a whole
Perfect.
different universe.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not gonna have any more Wii. We're not gonna have any more Xbox 360. No more PlayStation 3. No more Blink 182, Green Day, My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy. No more old Kendrick or Eminem. Like none of that old stuff. I love it, but like I miss that. I miss those times, man.
Yeah.
Like that was my childhood growing up.
I remember because when I play, for those that don't know, I also coach some sports. I have referee some sports, and I coach sports with my dad.
Okay.
And what he does is he doesn't like the new era of music. So the most popular bands that he has, the most popular people he has on his playlist are Post Malone, who I love, by the way.
Post Malone's awesome.
Post Malone, goat. We got a lot of Fallout Boy.
Mm,
So mixing the old gen, and then we have who's the other one? Eminem's in there.
Eminem. Okay.
And there's a couple others, but like I would kind of have started to a little bit lean towards that way a little bit more with the music. I'm not the biggest rap person. Like I listen to The Weekend a lot. Shout
Yeah.
out Weekend.
Yeah.
Not because I like listening to The Weekend on the weekend. That's
Mhm.
not a thing.
Yeah.
But like I just do that because I just like the music. It's just not
Yeah.
like a rap type of feel where you just don't even understand what's going on half the time. So it's like, but everything, of course, is based on preference, and that's why I like that there's such a variety of music out there now. It's like you can
Yeah.
listen to literally whatever at any given moment. It's great.
Yeah. The artist I listen to more nowadays is Kendrick Lamar. I listen
Okay,
to Travis Scott.
good, sh-
I love Tyler the Creator.
good shout.
He's my favorite rapper right now.
Okay.
I listen to MF Doom. I listen
Ooh, okay,
I listen to
okay.
Blink 182, Green Day, Foo Fighters. I mentioned all three of them before. I do listen to Nirvana. I won't leave that out. I actually really enjoy 5 Seconds of Summer as well.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
does shout, by the way.
Mhm.
The 5 Seconds of Summer, great shout.
I recently just listened to a little bit of Aaliyah as well because I
Okay.
saw one of my friends with an Aaliyah shirt. I also um, mainly have been listening because they just disbanded Sum 41.
Yeah.
And Sum 41 is one of my favorite bands growing up. I remember playing Fat Lip and Too Deep and Still Waiting on Guitar Hero.
Oh my god.
And I was super duper into the band. I remember almost everything that I anticipated about them, listened to all their albums. I went to their shows when I was younger and just really enjoyed their style. I think they've probably been my strongest suited band that
Okay.
has connected with me through so much that I do, even musically and like mentally as well. Because
Okay.
they're a band that I haven't found a lot of people that have just been like, "Who's Sum 41?" Like, I have found so many people that have been like that, and nobody really knows that music. But now that I'm in college, like people know Fat Lip, people know In Too Deep, and if you know more about Sum 41, you'll know songs like "Still Waiting" or the Hell Song, or "With Me" or "Pieces."
Pieces. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another song.
Mhm.
I mean, like I said, that's the beauty of it. You know so many different types of music, and we'll go back to the conversation we had, whether you listen to the Super Bowl halftime show or not, it's a it's gonna be a moment where I mean, you're gonna see Twitter explode,
Mhm.
and which I mean, I don't usually watch the halftime shows. I'm more focused on the game. I'm a sports fan. I'm more focused on the game, and then during the halftime is when you either do a chore or something, you make food or like you do something like that.
Exactly.
Like for me, last year I ordered food and I got it. I ordered shout out Chipotle. I ordered the Chipotle at the end of the first half and right before the second half started. I went down to downstairs and I got the food. Like we got the goods, you could say. But that's like the perfect way to do it. Like you go out that's what happens sometimes during the halftime show. But I know a lot of people love it, and that's why I like the Super Bowl so much as well. Is that you can be the ones who pay attention to the game. The only thing I wish though is that they had an option where you can just watch the broadcast with like the main screen, the main broadcast on the right side, and you just have the one camera always focusing on Taylor Swift for 4 hours.
Oh my god.
Because let me know in the comments, do we actually think people would watch that? And if so, do we think the main broadcast would get more viewership or the Taylor Swift version? I don't even want to know that answer.
Taylor Swift has been around since like the 2000s.
Oh
She's
my
definitely
God.
one of the pop artists that really goes out of her way to do like a whole big tour, and then she's got like a billion people at her concerts.
Right.
But at the same time, she's also like somebody who really supports sports and
Yeah.
also is very, very talented as a musician overall. So I got to give her credit on that. And the only reason why the media puts so much of their camera work on Taylor Swift during the football games is because of how big she is and how big they want NFL to be. NFL's already big without
Yeah,
Taylor Swift.
exactly. It's a
More to sports fans.
yes. I mean, not just in the States, but if you've paid attention to the news, especially today, they're trying to grow the game as much as possible. They're going to Ireland next year. I know they're trying to go to Australia. I mean, today they got announced the doubling game, so they're going to Ireland. They're playing in a Gaelic football stadium with like 80 something thousand people. So that'll be fun. But they're trying to grow the game, and whether it's with or without Taylor Swift, I think they're doing a pretty good job with it so far.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I'm just really looking forward to see how the Super Bowl goes because I really do want the Eagles to win this year, but I feel like the Chiefs are going to come out on top.
So So I was just about to ask that. Who do you have in the Super Bowl? Are you going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs? Are you going to pick the Red Kingdom that have dethroned everyone just like an Avatar?
My family set up the ballot today, and I'm very worried about my numbers. We just had this conversation.
Yes.
I got for Kansas City Chiefs 9-1.
That's terrible.
I don't know about
By the way,
Eagles.
Chad, that's horrendous.
I'm cooked.
He's finished. He's absolutely finished.
I'm done. I'm not going to win any money this year.
How much was the pool, if you don't mind me asking? How much did you have to put into that?
See.
So I haven't done a pool in like 5 years. Do you like put the numbers in and it's just for one team, or is it just for the game as a whole? Because you just mentioned
you can put in for both teams for the players, and then whoever really does that touchdown or move, you win that money.
Okay.
Or if you do win the game and you put more money on the other team,
got it.
then that's when you get the money.
All right.
So
shout out betting. I'm kidding. Do not bet responsibly here, Chad. I call myself. Please bet responsibly. I know a lot of y'all are gonna go crazy.
Okay, so payouts quarter one is around $25.
That's not bad.
Payouts are 25 or $100. Then the second quarter is around $250.
Whoa, that's a jump.
Quarter three is $125. One right final without the overtime, which is 450. And then final is around 400.
Jeez, that's a lot, a lot on the line for Tyler.
And then I also got 7 and 3 for the other box.
Okay, so he has 7 and 3. That's actually pretty good.
That's actually not bad.
He might go out there and win some cash this weekend, and hopefully a lot of you guys do as well. But like I said, please bet responsibly because we don't want to have anything go bad for most of y'all. But we only have about 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
So we're both, by the way, we're both picking the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I'm hoping it doesn't happen, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's a very, you know where I'm going with this, chat. There's a very good chance that happens.
I think so too, which is why a lot of my money is put on that too. Because it doesn't matter about who I want to win. It matters about who I think is gonna win the Super
Right.
Bowl.
Exactly.
That's where it really comes down to.
All right. What else do you think we should discuss today? What else you got on the docket?
I was gonna ask about your shirt. Where'd you get that?
Oh yeah. So, let me stand up for one quick. By the way, chat, this is from a football club in Switzerland. By the way, first person to ever ask me about this. So this is from a club. I call them as FCB. It's actually called Basel, which for those who want to know how to spell it, this is how you spell my last name. Basel. That's how you spell it. But the club, because it's pronounced in German, is Basel. So
Basel.
so I literally bought this, this and a couple other things from the actual club because you can't buy it anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I got this for Christmas. We got it on Christmas Eve. No, sorry, the day before Christmas Eve. And I had to like DM people because like when you have to make an account, it's literally impossible to make an account without reaching out to the people from the store. And they never respond. So I reached out to them on Instagram, and then the next day they respond on Instagram, and they gave me like one of the weirdest messages. We're like, "We can't help you." They thought I was a bot, and I'm like, "I'm actually trying to buy stuff." So I got this shirt. I got some stuff for my family. I got some Christmas presents for people. With we all have this. Mainly, my family has the same last name, so I got this shirt, which it's actually so good. I love this shirt. I wear this all the time. Got a hoodie. I got a blue and red shirt because the colors of the club are blue and red. Mainly blue with red sleeves. So I got a couple of color gear in those colors. It's awesome, and I've wanted to do it for so long. And this Christmas, I finally decided to be like, you know what? We're gonna buy stuff from the club. Took a month and a half to get here, and a month and a half to make the account, buy the stuff, and do everything. But we got it just in time, thankfully, and I was able to give out some good Christmas presents this year.
That's good, bro. How do we feel about the game last night?
Oh, the game last night. Which game? Because
The
there's
basketball game.
remember there were
with the
2 games
women's.
last night. The women's game. Wow, the women's
That
game.
was the one that I went to.
So he went to the women's game. I worked the women's game last night. I was in the truck. I was teaching the replay system for ESPN last night, and it was. I mean, it's not how I thought it was going to end. I thought we were going to go to overtime last night. I thought there was a good shot we were going to go to overtime because it was a very even game. 2 teams that were about the same level as each other.
Yeah.
Of course, both of those teams showing a little more quality than the other in various parts of the game, particularly Iona down the stretch and the Mount in the later stages of the third.
Yeah.
But they played a great game, and I'm glad we came out on top because both teams from Iona last night hit a game-winning shot with less than 2 seconds left.
I agree.
No, both of them did. Because remember, Iona men's hit a buzzer beater with 0.1 left. And the women's
And then the women's
hit one with like 1.8 or 2 seconds left.
Got a layup, and then Mount St. Mary tried to do like a half court shot.
They didn't even get it off.
They didn't get it off.
Incredible.
I think it would have been more crazier alternatively if Mount St. Mary's and Iona tied yesterday, and then it went
go to
overtime.
overtime. That would have been really crazy.
Because I've never really seen an Iona game go into overtime before.
I've seen in person, one maybe. I don't think we've had one. Not to my memory, at least since I've been here.
I thought we were going to go to overtime yesterday. I'm like, is this going to be the first time in history in a while that Iona's going into overtime? Like, this is going to be crazy.
In the Heinz Center alone, because remember the men's literally only about an hour and change later went into overtime against the Mount in men's basketball. A game that I truly believe Iona should have won before overtime, but nonetheless, shout out to Day Reeves who hit the game.
Day Reeves did really good.
He is our best player for those who have been living under a rock.
Careful with that though. Maybe
statistically, he is the best player. I'm going off statistics here, Chet. But Day-Day's been great for us. One of the real stars of the show, you could say.
Yeah.
But Iona Athletics, sometimes they're the basketball teams, sometimes the games are really, really good, or sometimes this hasn't happened in a while, thank goodness. They're like not really that watchable because it's an absolute mess. Like there's been like a couple games, particularly in the beginning of the year. West Virginia, a perfect example. We got blown out by West Virginia. West Virginia, a team that should be that was almost ranked at one point this year. But no, I think Tobin and the squad, they've kind of figured it out at the right time. And
Yeah.
I mean, I followed them all year long. They started really, really slow. They blew that lead to Princeton. They blew a 20-point lead to Princeton, for those who don't know.
Mhm.
And they've figured out since then how to I guess they've read the book How to Not Blow a Lead.
Mhm.
Let me know if that's a book. I think I would actually like to buy it.
Yeah.
I will definitely, 'cause if that's a book, I would totally buy it because I will like bring it to my shows, or like when I'm a guest, I'll be like, this is the textbook that they should be using. How to not blow a lead. Um, but it was great to see both teams in the end win both games yesterday.
I agree with you, and it was a really good game, and I hope we see more for the women's and men's soon.
Definitely. I mean, both of them are now on pace to make the playoffs. Because remember, not everyone makes the MAC tournament this year with the expanded playoff field, with the expanded field. So it wasn't automatic that we were going to make the tournament for both. But right now, both teams, especially the women's, they've been in great form. The men's team, they've lost, I think, one of their last 7 now.
Yeah.
One of the last 6. Like, they've been in fantastic form. But they have a very interesting test against top of the league, Marist, who've been in good form as well. So both of the teams, they have very interesting games on Saturday and Sunday. I can't wait to watch them.
I might be at Atlantic City soon, actually. Like
I
before
want to go back. I went last year.
before I go to Scotland, I think I might be with Pepin at Atlantic City for a bit, and
Yeah.
then during spring break, I'm gonna be going over to Scotland.
Scotland, interesting.
Mhm.
Nice.
It's for the study abroad program.
Yes.
Because I actually have Dr. Robinson as the moderator for that trip,
Really?
and he's my professor this year for that class. So
Okay.
I'm gonna be going over there this year.
Nice.
Mhm.
I wish I could do that. I went to Max. I went for 1 day last year. I went to 1 day of games. I went with my dad,
Mhm.
and we just chilled there for like I think we were there from like 4 till gotta say like 12
Mhm.
in Boardwalk Hall. My dad's been there before, so we kind of like knew where everything was. But
Yeah,
we stayed in Caesars. We went because that's right next to Boardwalk Hall, and we watched the end of a women's game, and we watched mainly all 3 men's games, and
that's really cool.
it was a very enjoyable time. We had great seats as well. We were like right at center court, but like in the second deck, so we can like don't have to like move our necks around as much. So
Yeah.
it was I loved it. I mean, Boardwalk Hall, the venue is massive,
Yeah.
but I mean, who knows how much longer it will be? The Mac will be there. I don't know. I don't know how much longer the Mac will be there because it's so big and there's not enough people that go to the games that make it be like, you know what? It's so loud in Boardwalk Hall. That hasn't happened recently. So
Yeah, for sure.
maybe that's something we watch out for in the Mac in the future. Probably when we both leave. At this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, we'll
May-
see what happens.
Maybe they go playing maybe down in the Wildwoods, even though that's probably not going to happen. That's one of my favorite spots in the country.
Oh, me too.
Wildwood, New Jersey. Shout out to them.
Oh, yeah.
Ocean City. I mean, there's like they can go north. They can go to. I mean, Newark's a weird one because there's like not anyone really around there, but they
Mhm.
can go play in the county center right down the road from here. But they get a lot of money from Boardwalk Hall. The Boardwalk Halls. It's a great spot. It's like right in the middle of right on the boardwalk. If you remember from when you performed you were on Pep Band last year, right?
Yeah.
So you like were right there as
Well,
well.
I didn't go to Atlantic City.
You didn't go to
last year.
Atlantic City, so
Yeah.
I remember we walked by them. My dad and I went on a walk, and we were like, "Oh, there's the Pep Band," and they're like playing right on the boardwalk. So
Mhm.
that's something that happens as well. So
Oh, yeah.
no, it's Max are really. I wish I was there for longer. Obviously, could have seen the team play more, but no, the Macs are really cool. Hopefully, you get to enjoy it as much as I did last year.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Um, I think I'm gonna end the episode right here because we
All right,
are running out of time
let's
now.
do it.
Yeah. So usually what I do at the end of my episodes, I usually pray and then we just kind of go to the outro and then we're all good.
Let's do it.
All right. All right. Bow your heads really quick. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing me and Robbie together on this episode. I know today's been a bit of a crazy afternoon trying to get Mary and Molly on the episode, but I'll try to get them on another time. Um, and also Molly and Liz too. Forgot about that. Dear Heavenly Father, I do thank you for having this happen today, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the rest of the weekend comes to. And I'm just really looking forward to just such a great rest of the semester here with everybody around me and to get the E-board positions that I pray for and the RA position coming up very soon. And we just thank you for everything with your spirit and faith. And we also pray in your name. Amen. Live Jesus in our hearts
Yep.
forever.
Forever, brother.
All right. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, bro.
We'll see you, of course.
Ah, my ears feel so weird now. Ah.